Welcome back. In this video, what happens when you quit dairy for 4 weeks? Well, week one, your gut reacts first. If you're lactose intolerant, the fix is fast because once that milk sugar lactose is gone, the bloating, gas, and diarrhea it was causing can clear up in as little as a day or two. That's because it's a pretty straightforward issue, not an immune reaction. Now, if you're sensitive to the protein in dairy, which is a fun little thing called casein, it may take a bit longer, think several days to a week, for bloating, mucus, brain fog to clear because this involves either your immune system or the opioid-like compounds formed when casein breaks down, similar to what we saw with gluten. And just a little note, this is why people love their cheese, because it's concentrated. Think of these big blocks of casein, which is like an opioid. So you can imagine if you're having trouble with any of these things, sugar, gluten, dairy, and you get a pizza. Now we've got milk sugar, we've got casein in two places with the gluten and the dairy. So it really gives a whole new meaning to the term gut. Skin, if you've been having skin issues, you won't see those quite yet. It's too early. Skin takes longer to inflect those internal changes. So don't get discouraged. Now, some people notice some less congestion or mucus right away. Though the science on dairy and increasing mucus is mixed, it might be particularly how dairy feels in your mouth and throat rather than your body making more mucus. Just something to note. Week two, that inflammation, that's my favorite, starts calming down. Now, if you had a true immune reaction to dairy, your body's inflammatory response starts winding down now, although it takes weeks to months for it to fully clear. Your gut lining might start healing, and if dairy was contributing to the irritation there, this matters especially if you have an autoimmune condition, since dairy proteins are suspected, though not fully proven, to sometimes confuse the immune system in susceptible people. Hormonal effects may start some early shifting. Dairy itself naturally contains hormones and growth factors like IGF-1. So if skin issues are hormonally driven, you might start noticing small changes here, although in weeks 3 to 4, it becomes more clear, both in your skin and what we're noticing. Sinus or respiratory symptoms, if genuinely dairy related, usually show clear improvement now, like they did in week 1. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. So week 3, skin and whole body changes show up. This is when skin often improves if dairy's been a factor in acne. Skin cells take about 3 to 4 weeks to fully turn over. So this is right around the time when reduced inflammation starts actually showing up on your face. Joint pain or general inflammation, if dairy related, is usually better by now. So maybe you can even take a stroll around the block or go for a long hike or start running again. Gut changes may be measurable, especially relevant if you're dealing with the candida, the yeast overgrowth, since some dairy proteins can feed the wrong stuff in your gut. Brain fog and energy, if casein was the culprit, are typically much improved by this point. So that's super exciting. And week 4, you're probably catching on here. This is the time to check in. And it's a good time to see what dairy issue you have. You could try lactose-free dairy first. If you're fine with that, it was likely the lactose, the milk sugar, all along. And if you're still reacting, it's more likely the protein, the casein, that's the issue. This is the clearest window to start reintroducing if you want to know for sure if it's a problem for you, and your symptoms should be stable enough now that any reaction is pretty easy to spot. And again, everyone's timeline and reasons and reactions are a little different. It's a general guide, not a guarantee. So always good to check in with about your specific situation. Please remember to follow the links and join the community because this is where we talk about this stuff all day long. See ya in the next video.